What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jones at 4K, bringing you guys another Forza Horizon 5 drift build and tune video. Today we're going to be diving into the Formula Drift 2020 number 91 BMW M2. We're going to get into the build of the car, followed by the tune, and then we're going to take it down the mountain to see if we can 3-star the zone and also put up 1,000,000 points. All right, without wasting no time, let's dive into the build of this car. So for the motor swap, I didn't swap anything. I left the stock powertrain. For the drivetrain, I left the stock a rear-wheel drive. But I did, however, add a root-style supercharger to it. For the transmission, we're using the stock transmission. And then for the differential, we're using the stock differential, which I'm just going to assume is the drift diff. For the brakes, we're using the race brakes. For the springs and dampers, we're using the stock springs and dampers, which would be the drift springs and dampers. And also we're using the stock weight reduction. For the tires and rims, we're using just the standard semi-slicks. If you guys want to, you can use the Horizon semi-slicks. But for this car, I went with the standard semi-slicks because I like the way, the car already has a lot going on. It already has a lot going on, so I just went with the solid black walls on the tires. Looks good, car looks good. For the front tire width, we left the stock at 255s, and then on the rear, we left the stock at 275s. For the rim size, we left the stock at 18s in the back, and then we left the stocks at 18s in the front. We left the stock wheel choice as well. I do like these work wheels, so there's no point in changing them. And then for the track width, obviously in the front, we maxed it out. And then for the engine, we have the stock fuel system, stock ignition, stock cams, no intercooler, race supercharger, stock valves, and we have stock oil and coolant, allowing this car to make 1,152 horsepower, 839 foot-pounds of torque. Now diving into the tune, for the front tire pressure, we have 28.5. For the rear, we have 18 PSI. For the gear ratio, we have a 342 final drive, a 246 first gear, a 180 second gear, a 147 third, a 125 fourth, a 109 fifth, and then the 0966 gear, which these are the stock gears. And if you guys look closely, these are pretty close to gear ratios that I use anyway. I just had to adjust the final drive, so it was actually perfect. For the alignment, we're running -5 degrees camber in the front with 0 camber in the rear. For the toe, we're running 0.2 toe out in the front with -1.2 toe in the rear. And then we're running 7 degrees of caster. For the roll bars, we left the stock at 4.6 in the front and then 8.0 in the rear. For the spring, we're running 896 pound spring in the front with a 224 pound spring in the rear. And then for the rod height, we left the stock as low as it can go at 4.9 in the front and then 4.9 in the rear. For the dampening of the vehicle, we have 9.0 in the front with 6.3 in the rear. And then for the bump stiffness, we have 2.9 bump in the front with 2.0 bump stiffness in the rear. For the aero on the car, we didn't really adjust it. We left the stock at 18 pounds in the front and 23 pounds in the rear. For the brake balance, we have it set up with 75% balance and then 48% brake pressure. And then you guys know for the differential, I like to lock it up so we have 100% acceleration with 100% deceleration. That was the build. This is the tune. Let's take it down the mountain and send it. All right, so we done made it to the top of the mountain. Let's not waste no time. Let's get some heat into these tires and send it downhill. So in terms of like enjoyment wise, I really think I like driving this BMW over driving the Frederick Oswald's 990. Like, and I'm not saying that because this car, you know, has an LS in it. I'm just saying, like, overall, like, just fun-wise, man, this car is actually really fun. This car is really, really fun. We're putting a little time into it. I was able to get some time down with it, and I've had some really good downhill runs. Didn't take too long to tune it, to get it into a comfortable spot, and then I just got to a place where I just had to make some minor tweaks. Now I won't be doing no cockpit running this car at all because can't see nothing. Like, and I'd rather not, you know, ruin my downhill run. Like, you can't see anything. There's a net on the driver's side window, and it's just, it's literally god awful. I mean, absolutely awful. But I'm very grateful for the recommendation on this car because yeah, this car's beast. Like, I was kind of worried that I put too much power into it. Like, the stock horsepower was fun with the size, but being able to get the 275 to hook up with that 1100 horsepower, perfect. Like, I figured it would have been a little difficult, but it actually it worked out really good in my favor. So plus the Formula Drift cars, I mean, they get nasty angle anyway. They carry a lot more speed, and they get more steering angle than the other cars. Like, a lot of people argue the fact that when you put the drift springs and dampers on cars, like, you increase the steering angle, and I'm gonna tell you, there's just no way that that's possible. Like, I mean, like, some cars I drive, man, I promise you, they get like 30 degrees steering angle, 20 degrees steering angle. Some of the older cars don't even get that much. I mean, it's literally awful. Like, it's not even comparable. But these cars get some serious steering angle. Like, to spin out one of these cars, you would really have to sell. Like, you would really have to throw it really hard, and just like, you know what I mean, like, not catch your counter steer. Like, I've never had an issue driving the FD car, especially not this one, because this thing is nasty. They got some good squat. I mean, you put it where you need to go at, hit the throttle, and she goes. I might be able to beat my own personal record. Close. I think I beat it. I did. But I'm telling you guys, this car is not no slouch. This is probably moved up in my top 5 FD cars. Like, I never drove this car at all. Look at the cockpit, bro. You can't see nothing. Even with drift cam, like, you can't see nothing. Like, this car is definitely a top 5 contender for me, honestly. And, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it because it's using the LS, but this car is absolutely just straight up just raw. I mean, it has a 50-50 weight balance. I mean, it has a decent sized tire on it. It makes great power. This is definitely a car you should want to add to your arsenal. You know, if you got buddies who like the FD cars and driving and stuff like that, it's super dope. But guys, this is gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it has some good information. I feel like I rambled on a lot, but if you did like the video, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, as it does help us grow. You know, I never done this, but let's see if we can get this video to, I don't know, 20 likes. If we can get the video to 20 likes, you know, I'll drop another one within 24 hours. I mean, I have time this week, and I don't see the problem with dropping another one. But guys, I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.